Hello everyone, this is Vicky Stitchnbutton, and today is Wednesday the 26th of July, and this is Flosstube number 138. It's a little late, it's probably more like the 27th of July by now, but I'm blaming it on T-Mobile at this point. I had to get another phone for my stepdaughter, but she does not get the new phone, and her father's getting it, and I had to switch it over, and I was on the call getting that done with my phone, and somehow my phone got the eSIM got deleted. I don't know what the girl did. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. His phone is still doing the iCloud thing, because it's gonna take forever. But it took a while to get all that situated. Get my phone back on. Get his phone going. I still don't have the new line yet because I need to get his phone situated before we switch over to the new phone, switch the new phone number to the old phone. That's what I'm trying to say. Because teenagers don't get new phones in my house. They get the used phone that still works. How about that? Anyway, I have a bit of stitching. I don't have a big pile of stitching to show like I normally do. I ended up stitching not as much, but what I did was on just a few. I did not finish this month's portion of Notre Dame yet, but it will be done before the end of the month. I still have just a little bit of that outside border to do and the back stitching, and it won't take long. I just haven't been motivated to work on it. I have 2 new starts, and, well, 3 technically, but 1 was already started for me, which I will show you in a bit. And what else? I'm going to do a giveaway. I have another chart that I just pulled randomly out of my giveaway box. Ouch. My finger. My cuticle. Ouch. What else? I edited, well, not edit, I updated my whip list. So, let's go with that. I'm at 97 whips, guys. With my new ones, I'm at 97, which is not 100. So there's that. Do I apologize? Not really. I do want to get the number down. I'm not in the mood to start absolutely everything, but there are a few, obviously, that I wanted to start, and I did. And I do want to get some more things finished. I don't know why I can't make myself just finish these ones that are close to it. But it's all about enjoying the stitch, so there's that too. Looking at the numbers, I've noticed I'm about 65% through putting at least 300 stitches in these. So that's not bad. I forget what the exact number that I've done compared to what I need to do is. But one good thing is when I start the new ones, I've been doing the 300, so it's not adding to the list. There were a couple. There was one in January. I'm looking. I need another 100 stitches on the Santa strips I started in June. My love tag one, I have to, I just need to finish that. It's from Jeanette Douglas. It's small, but it's all specialty stitches, and the nun stitch is going to drive me batty. I know it. Yeah, so I've got a good bit of them done. I've got over half of them done. I have more slated to get done this month coming up because I have a good idea. I'm basically doing, ouch, I need to stop playing with my cuticle. Let me clip it. This fingernail's still not right from when my nail broke. I'm doing an arbitrary August. So basically I took a bunch, and I'm probably going to put more. There's at least 10 of them, and I put them on a wheel, and they all need their stitches. I think most of them need their stitches, and some of them I put in there that I want to stitch on. So my goal is to at least get the 300 that they need for the year. That way it'll take some more off the list of need to be getting done. I will be working on Let's Do Coffee. That's one of my struggle buses, and I will be working on that this month. Hopefully get at least the 300 stitches in. Although, one of the reasons why it's a struggle bus is because it's all back stitching, so back stitches only count two back stitches to one stitch, so it's twice the amount of work, right? Anyway, that's not complaining, just stating the facts. What else do I have here? My featured old chart I'll get into later because it goes into plans. So we'll do that. Let's get into what I've actually stitched. Last night, I am stitching. I only had printed out this part. This is the Linen and Threads 2020 sale, the Friends and Family sale. And I started it apparently in 2020. New year, new start. I am stitching it on a 36 count Vicky Clayton fabric, 1/2, using Silks for You, PR 152 it's called. And last night I got in just a little over 300 stitches. It was 342, and I finally finished January's section. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with the colors. Why has this taken me so long to finish just the set January section? Now, when I say I'm finished, I'm not putting in the letters. So, yes, there are letters in here, but I'm not putting them in. If I decide to put initials in, it won't be until it's done. So, and if I find any big spaces that look like it needs something, I can pull one of the motifs out and add it in later. But for now, January's done. This one took me a while because I messed up. Not because of the design, because I messed up. I miscounted. I know I miscounted in here and had to frog, and then I had a big issue, like 200 stitch issue that I had to frog somewhere in here, and that sort of stopped me for a while. And then I stitched that, and then I messed that up a little bit and had to go frog some, but not 200, but more like 50. So because of all the times I had to frog, it sort of pushed me away from wanting to stitch on it. Last night, I only had to frog out a couple of stitches here and there as I went. Meaning, I'd started and then I had one extra stitch type thing. So, much better. What I did last night was I did this diamond, that small 4 stitches right there. This was already there. So, I went and put in this entire butterfly, and just to finish up the section, after I finished the 300 stitches for my prompts, I did the little motif to call January done. Now I can move on to February. So I'm happy with that. And will it come out again this year? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It depends. I might be like, you know what? I really need to start on February. So, no promises though. I do like it. I think it looks great. I like my color choices. I like my threads. They're really soft. I love Silks for You. New start. I started Blackbird Designs Away Ride. Love this. I had gone back and forth on wanting it, and then they re-released it, and I decided I had to get it. And then I decided I had to start it. And then I had the perfect fabric too, because in my Fabric of the Month from Gracenotes, they had sent a piece. I changed it to 40 count a few months ago, so I got my second piece of 40 count, and it was hazelnut cream, and I thought it was the perfect color, so I went ahead and pulled threads. I don't know, did I don't think I even ordered any threads for this one. So, I may have. I might be lying, totally lying, but I don't think so. I know I have a couple of subs, and I don't remember which ones they are. I don't think it's that important. But I ended up starting this, and I put a whole 600 stitches in on this in one day. And there we go. I did a center start, and I'm all in that house. So I did 600 stitches, 40 count, 1/2, and I think it looks pretty good. Of course, I had to put in this needle minder. This is still available in my group if you like it. And it says, assuming I'm just an old lady was your first mistake. All right. Go ahead and put this one away. The next one, I've been trying to start for a couple of months, but I didn't have the fabric, and then I thought I had the fabric, and then it was the wrong size, and I was going to need a fat half if I was going to go 36 count, so I wanted 40 count. I waited for the Gracenotes to see if it would match. They didn't. Not that they were horrible colors, just not what I wanted for this piece, and what I'm talking about is the Moonlight Sampler from the Blue Flower. Okay, so I am not using a lot of the called for threads. Some of them, yes. I am using the Weeks Dye Works Onyx. I'm using the DMCs instead of using Bashful, which is a white. I'm using bead 5200. I am using there's just a couple of different ones. I'm using some Victoria Motto sampler threads. And I do have the Mariner's Compass from Classic Colorworks. And the other ones are pretty close to what's called for. So I went online and I ended up going on Etsy because I can order from different places, but that they were like 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and I was like, no, I want something that's available now. And I found this piece from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. She's in Canada. She's on Etsy. And this is, what color did she name this? It's 40 count grayish purple. And I guess it's got purple tones. There it is. Now, the margin for the top and bottom are going to be tight. That's why I did a center start. And here we go. That's where I ended up doing 704 stitches on that. I did order a couple of the threads. I ordered terracotta because I really like that color, so I ended up ordering 2 skeins so I'd have an extra. I ordered from Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery. And what else did I get from her? I got terracotta and something else from her. But in the meantime, when I ordered this fabric, she also had some threads there, and I figured, well, you don't want to just send one piece of fabric all the way from Canada, right? So I ended up buying her thread called Midnight, which I subbed for gunmetal, which I didn't have. So I thought the Midnight worked great, and I've already used it. I think that's the color of her pants. So it worked out. And I got 2 skeins. It says you might need 2 skeins. And I figured if I'm ordering it from Canada, I might as well get 2 skeins. It's no big deal. Get this away. I do plan on making some of this stuff glow in the dark. So I plan on doing glow in the dark on at least the lightning bugs, and I'm thinking possibly the moon, and maybe a couple other places. I'm just not sure. I'm thinking maybe the lanterns. We'll see. All right. The other one that I said is a new start. It's not a new start for it's a new start for me, because this is the one that was gifted to me from Belinda Aussie Stitcher. She decided she didn't want to finish this one. It's December Blue Topaz from Mirabilia. And she started this on 32 count Opal Belfast in the colorway Frozen from Chromatic Alchemy, when she sent it to me, most of the dress was done. So here we go. And she even sent me the needle minder she was using on it. So I'm using it. And there we go. So what I did, I worked on it the other night, and I could have worked on it for a while longer, but I wanted to get those other 2 starts done. I did just under 600 stitches on this, and I added all the leg and foot. That was all me. And then some of this down here in the dress, because she had it like maybe down to there. So I added in this stuff and the legs, but all the rest of it she had done already. And then I was going through, so she even sent me the threads and everything. This color right here, I messaged her. I was like, take this back. I had to add two strands, not even 2 lengths, 2 whole strands of this color because you didn't send me enough. So we had a good laugh. But that's what she's looking like so far. I did not do the skin 1/1, but I think it looks good. So again, thank you, Rolanda. I'm having fun with this. I think it looks great. And now that you did most of the hard part, thanks. All right. That's it for the stitching that I've stitched so far, that I've done. I do have some plans and a couple of things I got in the mail, and I had my giveaway, and I forgot to put this card in Moonlight Sampler. I'm a hot mess. While I'm putting this card away, I have been, I have some project rolls to finish up, and I did start cutting fabric today for more bags. My ankle's been bothering me. I tore ligaments in it years ago when I was like 18. And every once in a while it acts up, and for the past 4 days I've been limping pretty bad, and I've been having to sit with my foot up. Well, both of them. I mean, if you're going to put one up, you might as well put 2, right? Which is not good for me, because that means I can't do anything. It's a pain. Anyway, yeah, so my ankle's been bothering me. But I did get some of the bags that I wanted to get cut out. I got that done. I do want to cut out more, but I just couldn't stand on my ankle anymore, and it was thundering, and Gunner crawled under the table and snugged up against my feet as I was standing there trying to cut. He was sitting on the couch right behind me, but then decided no, he had to get closer. So we sat for a while, and my ankles bother me anyway. So it is what it is. That's another thing, by the way. I've been watching more Flosstube over the past couple of weeks, trying to catch up on people and watching some of the new people that I was interested in. And I noticed a lot of people are apologizing for saying they don't feel good. And I know when I watch Flosstube, I want to catch up with you, and I want to see how you're doing, what you're stitching, and, you know, there's life stuff that happens in there when you're talking. And if you don't feel good, don't apologize for it. Yes, there's always going to be somebody that's going through something worse. That's, you know, I have a cold and my nose hurts from blowing it so much. And yeah, I know there's people that have cancer, and that's horrible. But don't minimize how you feel just because somebody else has it worse. I mean, don't be dramatic, like, oh my God, my nose is going to fall off. You know, it's a fine line. But if you really don't feel well, then you don't feel well. And I'm not apologizing for my ankle hurting, by the way. My ankle needs to apologize to me, because it's friggin' hurting me, for one, okay? And I think it's rude. So, I think it's rudely hurting me and causing me to have to hobble up and down the hallway like the old lady that I am. So don't apologize. I mean, you're sick. You don't feel well. We wouldn't ask if we didn't want to know. Or at least I would. If I didn't care about how you felt, I would not ask you how you felt. How about that? That's how I am. I don't, you know, whatever. Anyway, little rant over. Plans real quick. I plan on tonight, maybe, because it's getting late, but I do want to put some stitches in. I plan on working on this one. And this is my featured old chart. This one's from 2007, and it's not just a chart, it's a kit. I'm not sure if they're still available, but I'm sure you can find them somewhere. Do a search, do a Google, talk to your LNS, maybe call some of the shops that have some of the older stock. It's the Sweetheart Tree. F is for Friends and Flowers. I started this on purpose because friends were there at the Stitching in the Springs retreat. There's a piece of fluff stuck to it, old tape. Like you cared, right? Anyway, I started this at the Stitching in the Springs retreat in Ohio last year, and I thought it was just appropriate. I put in like 200 stitches, and then that was it. It was hard enough figuring out which were which and these colors because it was really, they're really close to each other. But this is where I got to. Let me put something behind it. This box. That's all I got in there. The fabric came with it. The threads came with it. So I plan on getting some more into this. It's pretty small. In theory, it should be a quick stitch. But, again, there's some specialty stitches in there. And I don't know why I just haven't been able to power through it or even pick it up again since November. But I'm going to stitch on it. How about that? That's plans. And, again, that's my featured old chart. 2007, that's pretty old. She had, I think, the whole alphabet of these. I did have the C as for cat, and I think I either sold it or gave it away because I decided I wasn't going to stitch it. Giveaway. Let's do the giveaway, and then I'll show you what I got in the mail. I decided to pull this one out. It was there sticking up, and I pulled it out, and this is the one that I pulled out. This is from Pole Stitches, and it's called Moonlight Gardens. This Moonlight is spelled the European way because it's not with the GHT. So instead of saying, I was going to put Moonlight as the code word, but I decided to put garden. You don't have to put the S, just garden. This is a full coverage. It has, I don't know how many colors, a lot. Here's the color list. Not quite as much as I hate, I don't think. And the stitch count is 280 by 109. On 14 count, it would be 20 by 7.8 inches. Not too bad, even on 14. So if you had a piece of 8 and wanted to do a full coverage, this is a pretty, I mean, it's a wider piece, but that's a respectable size. So there you go. Pole Stitches Designs, Moonlight Gardens. If you're interested, comment with the word garden below, and I'll pull a winner in 2 weeks when I do my video again. Alright, and what did I get in the mail? One thing was a Pass the Stash. I was talking with Kate. We were on Zoom, and a couple of us actually ended up doing Pass the Stash. Kate was getting rid of some, and I said, yes, please, on did I show you guys that whole entire chart? I hope I didn't. On these two. I know I have one of these, I forget which one, in the series, and while I don't want the whole entire series, I did like these. So, Anchor Down and Grab Life. Someone say, grab life by both hands. It should say, grab life by both claws. So those two. Thanks, Kate. And then I bought myself something. Saw it on Instagram. Went and ordered it right away. And it's a t-shirt from Athena. She sends these great cards. Which they're really thick, Athena. So that's great because now I could use this front part. This half. I'll cut it and make it into a thread holder. A project card, a thingy, whatchamacallit, one of these. Words are hard, guys. But this is the great t-shirt that I bought for her. I chose a maroon this time. And it says, stash acquired beyond life expectancy. And that is, that acronym is Sable. which is one of the words you'll hear people say. Not as often as Sal for like Stitch Along or Whip as in Work in Progress, but Sable is another one. And life expectancy equals immortal. Because if I was going to live long enough to stitch all my stash, I definitely would have to have some Highlander mojo going on, right? Alright. That is it. Short one, 25 minutes. One with a little rant, one with a little complaining, and some pain. How about that? Spice of life, right? Variety is the spice of life. Beyond stitching on F is for Friends and definitely getting Notre Dame done. Anything else I stitch, it would be a big surprise to both you and I in 2 weeks. I hope everyone's doing well. And if you're feeling sick, I hope you start feeling better and you're well on the mend. Don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine.